Everyone, and welcome to this video. In the last lesson, we talked about the reduce method, where we're able to see how you can use it directly and when you can also pass in an initial value. But all the same, like it was said in that video, that it's takes your element and give you an output of the single element. It converts your array element into a single, value. Like the way we saw in the last example, it summed up all the elements and then it gave us a single value. Now to move on from that, in this lesson, we are quickly going to be talking about another two other methods. It's working with array. The first one is the ReduceRight, and the second one is the every method. Now, the ReduceRight method runs a function on each array element to produce a single value. You agree with me that this is the same kind of definition that the reduce method also used in the last example. The ReduceRight method works from right to left in the array. So the difference is that, the reduce method works from left to right. So the ReduceRight method works from right to left in the array. So an example is what you can see here on my screen. Numbers, then the function passed into the array, and then a function to execute the calling of the function that was passed inside this particular line. So let's demonstrate that. I'll see an example. So here is my editor. So I'm going to take this out and then make another numbers array. 55, blah blah. Okay. So inside this that we have now, can do custom just like what we did the other time. Equals numbers dot reduce rights, where I want to pass in the function, and then document dot get element dot id. So this, and now I can make my my function. It expects four parameters: total value, index, array. So what do I want it to return? Total plus value. Now we can see this that I am getting the same result, but the difference is just that reduce works from left. So if you first pick this, add this to this to this to this to this. In case of reduce right, it will start from the edge, from right to left, and then it will go back to the edge of your array element. So in this case, it will start from 25, 16, 9, and so on and so forth to get to the first element on the left. So this is how the reduce right method works with your array elements in JavaScript. So also from there, we move on to the next method, which is the array every method. The every method checks if all array values pass a test. So which basically means that if you are using this method, it will check if all the array values, if all the array elements, if they pass a test. For example, look at an example on the screen. A number arrays, and then the method is passed through a function, and then it's that function, it can check whether that value is actually correct or it is not. So this means that you can still use what you have right here. So this is the number array, and then can do over 18 equals to numbers dot every, pass in the function. But before that, I want to correct this. So every method checks if all elements in an array pass the test, divided as a function. Every method returns true if all elements pass the test, otherwise false. So now I have this. So now I can make my function as usual. Function, my function. So what am I taking in? Value, index, and array. So you can see that this time I want to check for values that are greater than 18 in my code. I must be missing something. Yeah. Document that get element by ID. Now look at it. In every method checks if all elements in an array pass a test, provided as a function. The every method returns true if all elements pass the test, otherwise false. Now, if you take a look at my array, you can see that it's not all these numbers that pass the test because 4 is not greater than 18, 9 is not greater than 18, and 16 as well is not greater than 18. But what if I change this to numbers greater than 18? Let's see what happens. Now you can see the output has actually changed, and now you can see true as the output of my screen. So this is how the every method works. It returns true if all elements in your array, if they pass the test. Otherwise, it will return false. Even if you have thousands of elements and it's just one that does not pass the test, that one will automatically turn all the other 999 that pass the test into false. So a demonstration of what we first did earlier. So this is the every method when working with array in JavaScript. So far so good. We've talked about the filter method, the flat map method, the reduce method, the ReduceRight, and here we are talking about the every method. I just want to implore us that when we have time, let's endeavor to go over some of these things, break the examples, make new examples yourself so that you understand all the inner workings better more than just watching once or binge watch and then assume that you already know it. So I'll see you in the next lesson as we continue with something different, but still on the array methods that are available in JavaScript. But what I'm saying is that in the next lesson, we are going to continue by looking at other methods that are available other than the ones that we have looked at in this particular video or in the past one. Thank you. And in the next video, I'll see you. Don't forget, practice is very, very important. Thank you for your time.